Hey guys, we have been studying converting units of measurement, and you guys have already seen a video on how to change one unit of measurement to another, like how going from so many inches to so many feet, so many yards to so many inches. And now what we're going to do is we're going to apply that to a problem in your book. Let's have you guys turn to page 77 in your book. And let's have you guys look at number 12. And so what you see of that shape is you see this almost like a very chubby Z shape. And what we notice about this is we have different units of measurement. We have some sides in yards and some sides in feet. Now the directions say that they want us to calculate the perimeter of this figure in yards. Well, let's break down what we know. We know perimeter means the distance around. So we want to find out the total distance around this shape. Now we also need to do this. We have to make sure that we convert all of our units of measurement that are in feet to yards. And we know this, that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. And in order to convert, we also know this. If you're going from a small unit of measurement, like feet, to a larger unit of measurement, like yards, we need to divide. So let's put those things to use. So the first thing is let's take all of our feet and convert them to yards. So we have 15 feet is going to equal how many yards? Well, we know we're going from small to big, so we divide. And how many feet are in a yard? That's 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. So we have this one. So this side is now 5 yards instead of 15 feet. Now we also know this side right here is 3 feet. So we need to figure out, well, 3 feet equals how many yards? And again, we're going from small to big, so we divide. How many feet are in a yard? That's 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. So this little unit of measurement right here is 1 yard. So now we have all of our measurements in yards, but now we have a problem. We have some missing measurements. We need to get this side and we need to get this side. But yet, let's use what we know about parallelograms to help us find those measurements. We know this. We know that the opposite sides of a parallelogram have equal measure. Now, we may not know what this side is, but we know that this side plus this side is going to equal this plus this. So let's add up this side first because we have both of the measurements. 6 yards plus 3 yards is 9 yards. We need to get 9 yards out of this line and this line. Well, this is 5 yards. 5 yards plus how many yards equals 9 yards? Well, that's 4 yards. We're almost there. Now we also know this. I drew an imaginary line up here because I'm taking off this part because I know that this shape plus this is going to equal this whole line. And I know this. 3 yards plus 2 yards is going to equal this. So what is 3 yards plus 2 yards? Well, that's 5 yards. Now we're ready to do the perimeter. We've got all of our sides. We have 3, 3, 9, whoopsies, my bad. We have 3, 3, 1, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 5. So we know 3 and 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 plus 5 is 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. 23, 24. 24 plus 5 is 29. So the perimeter is going to equal 29 yards. And that's how you solve a problem like that. Now let's have you guys turn your books to page 78. One last thing to go over. These are problems adding and subtracting units of measurement. Now let's take a look at a problem like 32. So on a problem like 32, it says 7 feet, 10 inches, plus 3 feet, 5 inches. So what we're going to do is we have 2 units of measurement here, which is okay, but we want to add our inches first, and then we want to add our feet first, and then make any conversions at the end, and we'll talk about what that means. Well, let's add 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5 is 15 inches. And 7 feet plus 3 feet is 10 feet. Now, if we needed to know, well, how many feet and how many inches does this total? Yes, it does total 10 feet and 15 inches, but you know what? We can get another foot out of 15 inches. So we know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So if we subtract 12 and we add that 1 foot over here, 15 minus 12 is 3. So that's 3 inches left over, because we can make a foot of that, and we're going to put that foot over here. Now 10 feet plus 1 feet is 11 feet. So now we have 11 feet, 3 inches. Now let's try a subtraction problem. Now a subtraction problem, such as 33, you get 9 yards and 2 inches minus 5 yards and 8 inches. And we want to know how many yards, that's my mom, you guys calling for Finn. How many yards and how many inches do we have? But we've got a problem. We cannot have 2 inches and take away 8. So we're going to have to borrow from the yards. So this is going to become 8 yards. But in the 1 yard that we're going to borrow or replace over here, we have to convert that as inches. So how many inches are in 1 yard? That's 36. Now we have to add it to that 2 inches. 36 plus 2 is 38 inches. So now we have 38 inches minus 8 inches, and that's going to be 30 inches. And then we have 8 yards minus 5 yards is 3 yards. Now let's study your answer. We have to have yards and inches. Can we get any yards out of 30 inches? Well, the answer is no, because you have to get 36 inches to equal 1 yard. So the way that this is so far would be your final answer. So what we're going to have you do is we're going to have you go back to page 77 and then 78, and we're going to have you practice a few of these problems. Okie dokie. Bye-bye.